Hi folks, and welcome to my David Wilson Out and About YouTube channel. So in front of me at the moment is my Insta360 Ace Pro, and what I've done just for the moment is connected up the Hollyland receiver and also the Rode Wireless Go receiver. Now I do have 3 wireless mics. They're all getting quite old. I've got one for the DJI Pocket 2, which has more or less died on me. That is the problem with internal batteries. The Rode Wireless Go is probably about 4 years old, still going strong, but I did want another one. The problem with the Rode Wireless Go with the Insta360 Ace Pro is actually fitting it up. But I'm going to explain more than that as I test each mic out. I'm going to use explaining my actual vlogging kit using both mics and just switching between the mics to give you an idea of what they both sound like indoors. Now at the moment I'm recording on a Boya M100 mini mic. I don't expect the quality to be very good. I have got a shotgun mic, a very good quality one, but I've lent it to a friend, so hey ho. This is just so that I can show you both the bits set up together, both the actual receivers set up together, and then obviously I'll just be swapping them out onto the Osmo Action to test the volume, or not to test the volume, to test the audio quality. So now I've connected up the Rode Wireless Go to the Osmo Action and you're hearing the audio through that. I've taken both the windshields off the transmitters because it would be unfair. We're indoors and it would be unfair. I'd normally just leave the one on the Go Wireless Go. So this is just the raw footage straight into the mic. As you can see, there is the transmitter, and I've deliberately worn white rather than black today so they really stand out, and that's the size of it. I've got the Insta360 magnetic necklace on underneath this, which I'm just going to use for both so that they're more or less exactly in the same position. So what I'll do to test this volume, to keep going for a bit, I'll explain my setup with my Insta360 Ace Pro with the Lark M2. So there is the Lark M2, and what it is, it's slid through the side. It's going to be difficult to get out. It slid through the side cold shoe on the actual camera cage. Now the problem with this cold shoe is it's only got one area to go through, the other end hasn't. So when you slide the Rode Wireless Go through, it only goes through this one section here, and it tends to be quite wobbly because it's a lot heavier than this. With this, it's absolutely ideal. It's so lightweight, it's feather lightweight. So it literally just sits in there, no problem at all. It's hardly noticeable. Anyway, so yeah, that's the setup for the Lark M2. Underneath, you'll notice I've got a ball head with a cold shoe mount. They're like finding a chicken with teeth, a hen with teeth. And I think that was £26 when I did buy it. It's made by Ulanzi. But what I needed to do was be able to mount the Rode Wireless Go remotely from the camera, so it was, safely mounted. So anyway, that's the actual Lark M2 setup. On the desk here, that's the one I removed. That's the little Boya mini mic. They're not much good unless you're right up close, unfortunately. So here we have it. I'm now recording on the Lark M2, and here is the setup with the Rode Wireless Go. As you can see, it's considerably bulkier. If I was trying to fit it on this, what I call a half cold shoe, it really sticks out, and it does wobble about. I don't think it would fall off. I have used it, but was not very happy with it. So what I've done, I've mounted it on that ball head cold shoe. It works perfectly well. It doesn't look too bad, but yeah, there you go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch backward and forwards between mics, and I'm going to explain my actual camera setup. I'll start off with the Rode. Okay, so when I'm out vlogging, I do a lot of woodland walks, and I tend to do like walkthroughs quite a lot, walk past, walk back, and sort of stand in front of the camera with the camera set up. Now at the moment it's set up on my lightweight tripod. I rarely take that out. I use this setup. So what I've got here to start with, from the bottom, I have a Gorilla tripod. Now you have got to be careful when using these because they're not as good as a standard tripod, but you can tend to get away with it, especially on gravel. Just set it up. Above that, I have a 750 milliamp per hour power bank. And as you can see, I have a type A to type C stretchy lead cable on the top of that. Right, moving upward after the cable, I have a selfie stick. This selfie stick extends to, I think it extends approximately 60 centimeters higher. So I can get round about 120 centimeters in full height, which is quite enough for me if I'm standing back from the camera. The only problem with extending it to that degree is if you're out even in the slightest breeze, you can start seeing this thing blowing around, and when you're doing a walkthrough, I mean, you're literally staring at it. It diverts you off the fact that you're walking along. So I tend not to extend it to that height unless it's literally on firm ground and absolutely windless. Then you can get away with it. But I've had this set up, other than swapping out cameras and more or less the bits at the top, I've had this set up for quite a few years, and I do really rate it. One final piece of kit that I always carry is this. It is absolutely fantastic. It doubles as a tripod, and if this is packed away in my rucksack, just got to open this all up. I've only just started using this, so I'm still getting used to it. Yeah, you can literally do your vlogging. I can come in closer, have it angled, and be filming in front. If I want to actually do vlogging towards me, I can do it like that. So I do like this piece of kit. Now, the other side of that is if I was using the Rode, it would make it a lot heavier, certainly if it was on the camera. And if I wasn't having it attached to the camera, I'd have to have that ball head on top of here. And I'll tell you what, you'd be surprised how heavy that would be once you start extending out like that. It would really be putting some pressure on the wrists. So it was sort of necessary to find a different mic to make everything a lot lighter. So yeah, that's my general camera setup if I'm out hiking. If I'm going camping or something like that, I would definitely take the lightweight tripod with me, or a couple of tripods, because I'm camping. Not obviously if I was wild camping or backpack camping, but if I was, doing the big style glamping, because I've got a big glamping tent, then I just carry everything. It wouldn't really bother me at all. But this is mainly for my hiking setup. And if I was backpacking, kayaking, it's a completely different kettle of fish. I will still take this setup with me, but I do have a separate rig for that. But that's another video. I've already done videos on that, so you're always welcome to look back and see what I use for when I'm out on the paddle. What I can do indoors, which obviously I will do again when I go outdoors and test out this microphone, is I can do a noise reduction test. So what I've done, as I said, it may be dull and wet out in thunderstorms, but it is absolutely stiflingly hot, and I've had to close the windows because there's workmen outside. But what I have got is a very large fan, and in between making clips here, I've had my fan on, just trying to cool me down on the camera. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch the fan on, speak to you a bit, switch the noise reduction on, and see how it cancels out the fan noise. The fan is only round about 1.5 meters away from me. I'm going to put it on full power, and we'll see how we get on. Well, the fan is on its highest speed, and it's I tell you, I'm loving it. I wish I could actually record with this fan on all the time. I'd feel a lot better. But the breeze from the fan is going directly into the white mic. There's no windshield on it, and this is with the noise reduction turned off. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch noise reduction on. I will take the mic off to check. It's now gone to green status on the transmitter, and obviously you got to decide. I can't, I'll only be able to decide when I get the footage up. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let's turn it off again. Status is now blue, and that's with the noise reduction off. Well, I'm nicely cooled down now. Quite enjoyed that bit. Couple of things from my first video. I did mention in the first video about the fact that when you've got the windshield on, which completely encases the mic, it's very difficult to know what way up the actual speaker bit is, where you're speaking into. I mean, obviously, if you're doing something like this, I want to be able to speak straight into the mic. I don't want it facing the other way up. I didn't realise, and I was watching another video, I'm sorry I can't give the guy credit, but on the back of the mic without the magnet on, if you take the mic off and just look at it, there is actually an arrow at the top, which shows you the direction. Now, you can put the wind sock on, or the wind shield on, see the arrow, and then clip the mic to your chest or wherever you need to clip it. It still doesn't solve the problem of finding the tiny little button on the side, because obviously that's hidden. So you can't just reach out and go click noise reduction on, click noise reduction off, or power off, power on. You just don't know where the little switch is. But, you know, there's not a lot you can do about that, unfortunately. So yeah, there's just a little correction from my first impressions out of the box video. Now, at the end of the day, all my mics, all my wireless mics are budget, mid-range mics. I mean, even the Rode Wireless Go, I mean, when I bought it, it was quite expensive. They've come down considerably in price for the newer models. The other mic came with a combo kit for the Pocket 2, and this was £169, and I think I got something like £37 off when I bought it last month, and that offer's on again at this very moment. So, do you need an expensive mic? The downside of these, really, all of these three mics, I mean, this is the easiest one to operate, but well, to be honest, the DJI Pocket 2 one is just switch on and go. But the downside is the internal batteries. So obviously, once the batteries are worn out, it's basically a disposable item. Isn't the world like that now? I think everything out there now, everything electronic has something built. You can have a removable battery, but the components will have a lifespan. You can't get away from it. It's just that sort of world. It has been for about 30 years. I'm an ex-gas engineer, retired. But, you know, it was change a PCB, change this, change that. Everything has a built-in lifespan. It's designed to fail and generally priced to get you to replace it. So you can, if you can get the part is so expensive that it's actually cheaper to just change the item. I'm like that with washing machines. In this area I live, the water is extremely hard. Using all the amount of Calgon you like, you're going to get sludge or scale in your washing machine. Now, washing machine packs up, bearings start playing up, washing machine gets chucked, new washing machine goes in. It's just as simple as that. By the time you get an engineer out to actually see it and tell you what's wrong with it, it's probably cost you half the price of the new appliance. So it just goes with the territory. 169 or 130 something, whatever I paid for it, and it lasts a couple of years, 3 years. Great, it's done its job. So look, let's just do a very, very last comparison. There's the second one. So there's the Rode transmitter against the Lark M2 transmitter. Awful lot of difference in size there, and weight. This is so cute. It's as cute as a button because it literally is a button. Right, that just about wraps this video up. As I said, I'm sorry I couldn't get out. The second video was supposed to be out and about. Hello, the sun's coming out now, but it is going to rain again. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't get out and about, but I just thought I'd get this one out, just comparing the two mics indoors. And obviously the follow-on video will be out down by the weir, trying the noise reduction. Just going for a walk, just checking it out. I'm not going to compare it to any other mics. I'm just going to use it. You make up your mind. A lot of it is to do with how you hear it, what you're listening to these products through. These are vlogging mics. Yeah, they're not studio quality mics. They're not meant for sitting behind a desk with an AI screen, you know, some AI wall behind you. These are literally just get out there, talk to the camera, pick up the ambient sounds around you, and get a movie out, a YouTube type video. So, you know, I think for what this is, I think it's quite a good mic, to be honest. Right, so that's it. I do hope you found this video informative. If you have, please give it the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. You all take care. Bye for now.